Hey everyone, this is Tyler with Everyday EV, and today we finally have a nice day outside. So today we're actually going to be installing a lot of the accessories we bought from TESBROS for our Model 3. So today we're going to do the matte screen protector inside the car. We're also going to do the rear trunk PPF, the door edge guard, and then we'll probably get to the door sills. We actually just had our car PPF'd on the outside, so I'm probably not going to get to the mud guards today because those do have extra PPF with the mud guards, which is pretty nice from TESBROS. So we probably won't get to that today. We're going to get started on some of these accessories, and I'm going to walk you through some of the steps on how to prepare your Tesla to install these accessories. First of all, we just washed our car yesterday, so I'm going to go over it again just to make sure all the creases of the doors and the trunk are super clean for the install for the PPF. I'll walk you guys through that together, and then you will see the results after. So let's get started. Alright, so for our first install, we're going to be doing the door edge guard here on our Model 3 in our lovely garage. It's important to kind of have it in a closed off space where dirt and dust can't really get behind the PPF whenever you're installing it. Now we did have some pollen overnight because we were charging the car, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down. And I do recommend having a microfiber towel and maybe something kind of like a waterless wash just to kind of wipe down that pollen or dirt or dust or anything like that. But it's definitely recommended to wash your car beforehand. The other things you're going to need is you're going to need your little packet from TESBROS that has everything you need to install the PPF. Then you're also going to need a pair of scissors in order to cut the PPF at the end of the door. I'm going to walk you guys through that install right now. Alright, so let's get to cleaning first. The most important thing to do before we apply the PPF to the door edges here. Don't want any dirt or dust to get in there. That's definitely not a good thing. So go ahead and open up the TESBROS bag here with the PPF, and we're going to go ahead and unroll this. It is kind of a long sheet, so make sure your area is nice and clean. You want to use the shortest length for the front doors first, and just slowly take your way for peeling it off the backing of the PPF here, and carefully placing it on the door. I just kind of use my finger as like a good stopping point here, kind of help myself align for the door. Don't worry if you mess up though, there's a lot of extra PPF that TESBROS gives you, so it is pretty forgiving for this install too, so don't worry if you mess up. I'm just using my finger here to align it to the door before I wrap it around the edge. Just double checking my work. Then I'll take the scissors and I will cut off the bottom portion here. And I'm going to start wrapping it around the door edges just like so. This one's sticky, so you don't have to apply any solution. You literally just stick it on and wrap it over, just like this. Pretty easy. Now I'm just taking my squeegee, my fingers again, just making sure I get all the corners, all the bubbles out of here. I did have a couple, didn't have too many on this door, so it wasn't too bad. Still double checking my work, but it's also important to tuck in those corners near that upper trim piece on the door. But there's the first door, so we got that. Now for the rear door, this is where it's a little bit different. So for the rear door, you actually want to be using the long portion of PPF. And I'll show you guys why you need to use the long portion, because you actually do need to cut it at a certain point in the door. But first, we gotta clean it off. Even though I did wash it the day before, it's still important just to clean it down just in case. I want to make sure it's nice and clean. And here I had an extra string of PPF. Alright, so for the rear door here, you want to measure from the top of the trim to about that edge right there that kind of kicks out to the door. That's where you're going to cut off the first piece, which I take my scissors there. That's going to be your first piece. So I went ahead and took care of that piece while I was up there on the door. Let's go ahead and wrap it around the edges, just like so. Take your squeegee, get all the bubbles out if you have any. Make sure to tuck in the corners as so. Now you'll work on the bottom portion of the door. And I'm taking my time here, just trying to align it up as best as I can. I always try to do half of the PPF here on there, that way it gets on the door edge pretty well. But just take your time. Like I said, there's lots of extra PPF just in case you need it. But I went down to about this point on the door. Went ahead and cut that. I thought that was a pretty good portion of the door covered. So now we can actually go ahead and wrap it around the door. And I'm just going to double check my work. And now squeegee time. Super important. But you're basically going to do the exact same thing on the other side of the car. I just filmed it on the one side just so it's easy. But exact same process on the other side for the front and rear door. And now we're all done. Alright guys, so that is the Door Edge Guard PPF install for our Tesla Model 3 from TESBROS. I'll be sure to include a link in the description below of where you can purchase this accessory for your car and many more accessories for your Tesla. We also have a little promo code as well if you want to use it to save on your next order with TESBROS. So if you guys like this video, please be sure to like and share with your friends. And as always, subscribe to our Everyday EV YouTube channel. And with that, we're going to say take care, stay safe, and make every day electrifying.